Okay, and here I am. So let's go take a look at that deck. So that was like Imp 175 something, I think. Of course, it would be the other direction, wouldn't be? And they had that disc click the button tons of times. There it is. Imperial Med 175, 10, and 2. Looks like he has 4 attack cards, 12 facilities, 27 units, and 10 heroes. That's about what I would probably build mine as well, right? 12, 38, 14, 5. So I have 2 more heroes, and wow, and 11 more unit cards. So he probably has stronger units in this deck. Let's take a look at this. And here it is. This is what I'd be fighting when I would fight this opponent. Wow, this is a super strong deck. He doesn't have a whole lot of anything weak in this. So what is he using? Looks like he's using 3 Emperor's Own and 3 Imperial Grenadiers, so very light on the troops. He has no battle armor. He's got an elephant, 2 tigers, and 4 leopards. So these are probably his scouts, but it looks like he also has recon in here. And 3 vengeances as well. That's not a bad army, actually. Very, very strong. Battle support, he's got a bit of all sorts of different AoE battle supports. Not a whole lot of it looks like anti-air in here. Commandos, so that he can try to assassinate heroes and whatnot. Looks like he has got some air power. Not too much, though. A bunch of different types of heroes, as you can see, and so on and so on. And so, anyway, you could look at any of the computer decks if you really wanted to. We can take a look and see what he took. Looks like he has 2 minefields and a staging area here for this one. Pretty neat, huh? Yep, you can do that with any of the decks here whatsoever that the computer uses and look at them. Now, I've been thinking about what to play here in Armageddon Empires. It's been some months since I last played the game now, or at least a month, and I can't really figure it out. I would like to play Lotaeri's Luck some more. Let's take a look at Lotaeri's Luck, actually. Maybe we should edit it a little bit. Well, I have been pretty happy with it. I think the deck is also kind of weakish. Let's think here. Is it? Oh, not at this level, at least. We do have maybe too many Panthers. The Panther's not a bad unit, though. It really, really isn't. 5/5's, it's respectable. It won't damage any enemy heavy units, but it's enough that I can probably roll into any neutral areas. I could have... How expensive are they? 3? I can replace them with some vengeances, but I'd have to replace, wow, for every 3... Wow, for every 3 Panthers I get rid of, I could afford 1 vengeance. Vengeances are nice because 10, 8, and critical damage multi-target would make them really awesome. No, I don't really want to swap it out. I kind of like this army. Okay, let's look at a different deck then, because I'm in the mood to play something a little different than just a lot of armor. So, let's look at a deck. I'm in the mood to play a 225-10 today, so how about Human Condition? It's been a while since I've played this one. Let's see what it looks like. So what have we got? So, I have 2 intelligence centers, 3 industrial complexes, and 2 research and war colleges for my infrastructure. Okay, that's not so bad. Normally, I would expect to at least have a 3 in these at the 225 level for me, because I don't like not getting these right away, but it's not so bad. These give me 1 energy, 1 materials. Okay, that will probably help me out. 1 keep and 3 fire bases, so I guess I'm expecting to leap to the enemy bases using their own military facilities. I'm using an Imperial Fortress, looks like for the anti-air, anti-missile. At the 225 level, I don't like taking the free fortress, as it were, for all the units. I prefer having an upgraded one. Wow, I'm using almost every single... Yeah, I'm using almost every single intellect here in this army. Looks like I'm going technology and... Since I have Fulton Strangeglove, probably technology and tactician. Agents, who am I using? I have Carlos Pendergast, probably to deal with enemy heroes. A single scout, Master Scout 1 is nice, as is Bounty Hunter. Tactician, Military Genius, Charismatic. Tactical genius, tactician. Yeah, okay, yep, definitely. These people are all the tactic people. And oh, okay, I have lots of air power. I bet you I have Imperial facts in here too. Then, so it looks like I have 2 Joint Strike Fighters, which are pretty decent anti-air, and they can target ground if I really need them to. And I have the Night Wings, which are really random anti-ground, air-to-ground support. That's awesome. Oh, nice. Look at this. You get to see them dropping the missiles there. I never noticed that before. Yep, okay. I have 4 facts. That would make a lot of sense since I have air power here. So these guys increase the number of dice I get when making air attacks against targets that that are in the same hex as this unit. So keeping these guys around is very helpful, especially when I begin trying to hit the enemies located in really defensible positions. They can also make good scouts in the pinch since they can stealth. And they have commando, which means I can throw them into the map and not care about them being out of supply. I have some Reapers, probably for the shock attack. And Minotaurs, that's an interesting unit to take. So I was big on the missiles, it looks like. Missiles and rockets. I guess no Groms? No Groms. Oh, I see why I took the Minotaur. Minotaur actually is a little more defensible, with rear area 3 defense and 3 hit points. While it doesn't have a great attack, and the Disable Disrupt is only for 1 point, it still lasts for 2 turns, and again, he's more survivable, so that's probably why I took him in this army. I like making lists that don't involve units I normally take in other lists, as it were. This way I mix it up, so I have a bunch of different decks created. Okay, I have a bunch of Vindicators, it looks like 4 of them. Wow, I'm really paranoid about air attacks with this army. These guys are actually pretty decent. With 6 attack, 6 defense, shock attack, and anti-air 5, these guys are nothing to scoff at. They won't be able to slaughter, like, an enemy Corruptor without some assistance with technology upgrades, but they're still good at defeating just about any... They go toe-to-toe with any medium unit, even though you might think that would not be the case due to them being anti-air. Looks like I'm taking elephants, so that's my main armor. And leopards. Do I want the elephants? They're 7 points. The vengeances could be nice too. Could have an all-walker group. The difference is the cost of materials. There's a lot more materials involved if I switch over to vengeances. No, I'll keep my elephants. I'll keep the elephants. I have no powered battle armor. 7 Emperor Zone. If you've seen me play this game, you know I'm a huge fan of infantry. I love infantry so much. These guys will really help out my elephants as well, and the Vindicator, I think, because these guys will get the combined arms bonus while in combat. And the Imperial Grenadiers. Okay, so I'm not taking any really weak infantry this time. All mine are 3-point costs, not 2 points. What am I using for reconnaissance? Nothing? Leopards. Okay, I'm using leopards for my reconnaissance, so I don't have any stealth recon this time around. But that's okay, the leopards are actually not so bad. With 4 attack, 3 defense, they can scout around in my back lines and deal with anything that's out of supply. Okay, I'll kind of like this. Alright, let's go ahead and make a new game. So, we're going to play the 225-point level, because that's my favorite point level to play. 10 points, we'll check the human condition. We're going to go ahead and play at large, because 225 and large, I really like that. These are fine and uncommon. We'll pick 2 random enemies to fight. I'm not going to play Cults of the Wasteland, just because I just don't feel like playing Cults of the Wasteland, and we're going to go ahead and start the game. Now, I'm going to skip explaining a lot of what's going on. I'm assuming that you've seen a lot of my earlier videos on Armageddon Empires, so I'll cover a little bit here and there, just in case you're new, and something might be confusing. But otherwise, I'm not going to bother. So, I usually end up always going first here when it comes to laying tiles, and then I don't end up going first in the game for like turn 10 or 11 or something like that. So, we're going to place our first tiles. This will determine where our starting base will also be placed. I'm going to throw myself, I think, in this direction this time. Wow, the Feed Mutants picked a 10-point tile. They probably then have the volcano. So we should look for a volcano to see where they're starting. The Machine Empire, though, did not, so I won't have any good idea where they started. Okay, now we'll drag our stronghold onto the abandoned base. We could put it on the debris field. We'd be out of the game instantly if we did that. Because we want this to harvest our resources located here. 1 human, 1 material, 1 energy, and 1 tech for gaming. Let's start the game. Okay. Holy crap, that's a ton of infantry to start with. Wow, okay, well, we're done. Now, I'm not going to bid to go first. I tend not to bid to go first until after turn 15 or so. And we're going second. Okay, let's take a look at the map first. What do we got? So, we have a huge, wide open area. Holy crap, wow, that's really bad. There's a volcano, so I'm gonna... And it's about where I would expect the Free Mutants to start, so... I'm gonna guess this is the Free Mutant location, is right there. This would mean that... Where would the machines be? Maybe one of these towns would be where they're located. Now, what's in my supply range? I have a town in my supply range. We're going to want to go over there and see if there's any resources over there. Nothing else is a dead giveaway for other resources, though. It's going to be tough. Okay. I like my starting hand. It could be a little better. I kind of wish I had a facility here to help me get some extra resources. But we do start with the hero. We have Fulton Strangeglove, which is a good way to start because he can build resource collectors. We have a ton of infantry around, which will also come in handy. And we have a scout, so we can move around and start looking for things. So, we're going to do things a little different than I normally would do. Normally, I would not deploy the Leopard right away, but I'm going to go ahead and do that this time. So the first thing we're going to do, as usual, is right away, I want to make 2 armies to start with. So let's recon, mobile, reconnaissance vehicle, 1. Recon, mobile recon, we'll make another one of them. Mobile reconnaissance vehicle 2. We're going to deploy our Leopard, add him to one of these, and then end our turn. Wow, we're going first. Okay. Well, there's absolutely no reason why we can't make at least 1 more army then. It's named 147th. Oh. How about... Oh, I like coming up with thematic names for my armies. I can't think of anything for this. So... I can't think of anything. Darn it. Darn it! Alright, let's just go with 134th Infantry. Make another one. Strange Wanderings, which is where Fulton Strangeglove will go in. And now we'll use our mobile reconnaissance vehicle 1 and start peeking around and seeing what's around us. I want to find more resources. We have some AP left. We should make another army. There's no reason not to. 67th Armored Company. Turn. Wow, we're going first all the time. This is awesome because we're robbing the enemy of AP, but I don't really care to go first. We're going to deploy Fulton Strangeglove, and now next turn, Strange Wanderings. How much is it to make a tech team? I wonder. Let's get him over. No. Nope, we're going to keep him here, because I want to build a materials, because it cost me 2 materials to build a recruiting post or materials team. I bet you it's going to cost 2 to build the tech team. You'd think after playing this game for years I would know top of my head, but I don't. So, I want a materials team first, so I can then build the other ones right away. Okay, end our turn. Strangeglove. So the way you do this, by the way, is you right-click on your hero to see what options he has available to him, and then you can go ahead and select one of these. This is the costs it will require for me to pay. So 3 action points, which you get for going first, second, or a bunch of other resources. Human resources, materials, and energy. So we're building a materials team to start.